Yeah, so I'm Vishal Prasad. I work as a solution architect in operations and supply chain at Hempel Paints and look after the digital transformation across supply chain and operations. So I think that's my formal introduction. When it comes to digital command, so from my perspective, I'll talk about it in three perspectives. From chemical supply chain, I think the first most important is the traceability. So when it comes to digital part, I'll talk about the ERP systems. Like most of the global companies right now across different geographies, so they have multiple ERP systems. They have multiple software architecture. How data managed across different regions, for example, across Europe, Asia, and America, is different. And when it comes to chemical products, so there are batch processing. So we have like material master, batch records, quality data. So all these needs to be managed globally across the regions. And why this is important when it comes to ERPs is, for example, for if you look at the forward traceability from raw material to finished goods, or when you as a company receive a customer complaint, you need to do a backward traceability to see how this complaint is tracked to your suppliers a lot. So that is why it's very important when it comes to ERP systems, the traceability and transparency, and also some other points like regulatory compliance in terms of like you have UN dangerous goods classifications, REACH in Europe, SDS. So this becomes very important. And recently, you will see many of the chemical organizations globally are looking after their scope 1, 2, 3 emissions, which has become quite important. And also, when you look at the talking about traceability, so you have different suppliers for raw materials. So you have supplier certification. Then for different chemical products, you do certificate of analysis. So these becomes very important when it comes to traceability and transparency. Now, the second point will be I would talk about real-time decision making. So many of manufacturing companies they have what we call as control towers, and even I think in supply chain and logistics also we have control tower or control center. So previously these control towers used to be like a fancy dashboard for managing only KPIs. But with modern control tower, we are moving towards more towards decision acceleration center. So you have real-time data which is coming from your multiple systems that gets integrated into this control tower, and and on the basis of this data, you can do your predictive analytics as well as prescriptive recommendations given by this system. So it enhances the speed of decision making in real time. And when I talk about integration of different systems, so in all mostly all companies, so we have like demand planning system, production planning system, you have procurement system, logistics, as well as your laboratory information management system for R&D. So all data should be integrated in one layer, which helps in real time decision making. And the third one I want to talk about is like Urvesh was mentioning about the AI. So IoT, AI, predictive analytics is very important. So if you see at the recent market research reports, so AI in chemical industry specifically is growing at a rate of 30% CAGR. And some of the latest development which is happening, so like IoT is very important in chemical industry, especially in production, because we have to measure temperature, pressure, viscosity. So we can use these IoTs to track this data. And also in the movement of the chemical products in logistics, we have GPS tracking to measure the product quality, temperature as required. Moving to the next is the AI in demand planning and forecasting. So traditionally, we used to have statistical models Like you would have heard like ARIMA, exponential smoothing for demand forecasting. But now with the introduction of AI and ML, we have very advanced ML machine learning models like neural networks, LSTM. So basically what is happening is previously we used to get like, okay, my next month forecast for March is 500 metric ton. But now with the use of AI ML, we have probabilistic forecast results, which will say, okay, my 70% forecast for next month would be 520 metric ton, and then 20% based on the customer demand. That maybe the demand from a set of customers is increased, so it can increase by 20%, and also it may reduce by 10% because of risk of certain suppliers. So this is how demand planning is moving from statistical to AI ML based. And also use of AI ML also help us to track, especially when it comes to like raw material or in production and research and development. So to measure the quality of all these materials. So I think, yeah, I think that's how I would like to summarize this digital command in terms of these three. Yeah.